You can see my bike standing in front of the church. Cycling has a lot to do with life and also with the life of a congregation and a church. Not that you have to wear a helmet all the time. Luckily, it's not that dangerous. But this weekend we are going to have our AGM, our annual general meeting, with small and big decisions, and we are on our way, not on two wheels, but at least on the way and on the move, and there are some similarities. It's fun and it's work at the same time. I have a friend with whom I sometimes go cycling. Some of you might know him too. He loves mountains. His favorite thing is when it goes all the way uphill. And then me, having grown up in the flatlands of northern Germany, almost at sea level and everything is flat. He says things like, look at these wonderful mountains, and we are allowed to climb them with our bikes. And then I reply something like, when the Lord created the earth, he has just thrown down everything that was left in this place. That's completely different from the flatlands, which he lovingly carries flat. Well, there are different opinions on that. But going downhill, that's what I like. But you have to go uphill first. The two belong together, and you cannot have the one without the other. Cycling, that's fun, and it is work. Being a church, being a congregation, that's fun and it is work. That's probably something everyone can confirm who is involved in any kind of volunteer work in our congregation. It's work, it's uphill and you have to climb, and at other times it almost goes by yourself and you just keep on rolling. I'm grateful for everyone who is involved here. And when the work is well distributed, so that not only a few legs have to pedal, then the fun will definitely win out. Then it's all about keeping in motion. When cycling, you have to start with momentum, but that is not enough. You also have to keep moving. If you slow down too much, you will lose your balance and your bike will tip over and you will fall down. I think it's very similar with the congregation. We already have momentum because God pushes us, but we also have to keep moving. If we get too slow, if we almost stop, then we will lose our balance. But keeping moving also requires some kind of strength. Not only muscle power, it also requires stamina. Sometimes you might think, oh, it's so nice the way it is right now. Why not just slow down and stay here? But that would be wrong, especially for a church and for a congregation. We need movement, momentum, so as not to tip over. A church that only seeks tranquility is doing something wrong. We are called to movement, not to stand still. I must admit, learning to ride a bike is not always easy. The easiest way is when you learned as a child, as I did. When parents are there and give you a push and also hold you when you ride the first few meters. As an adult, it's not quite so easy. Just dare and go without thinking, without falling over. Somehow we have forgotten how to do that. And then the thought, what do I look like? That must be totally ridiculous. But if you want to, if you dare, and if you have support, you can learn to ride a bike at any age. Then everything else is just practicing and training. Habit in a positive sense. It's quite similar with faith. Those who have learned to believe as children have it easier. Children can trust and simply let go more easily than adults. But you can also learn to believe as an adult. And I think we all have to relearn it again and again. All it takes is this just let go. Just let go and dare. Because when you're riding, you realize how well it works. You just have to dare to trust in God. And you will notice that you don't fall. And the good thing is, just as you don't forget how to ride a bike, even if you haven't done it for a long time, it's the same with faith. Even if you, for whatever reason, have had a time in which you did not firmly believe, God is still there and gives you support. And at the right time, you will notice that again and again, and you will not fall. And then you have to know where you want to go when you ride your bike, at least more or less. You have to set yourself a destination in such a way that your strength is sufficient. It's important to remain realistic. and at the same time to challenge yourself again and again, because that's the only way to get better. And we as a church, as a congregation, we know where we want to go, into a future in which we can continue to do what we are called to do as a church, to speak about God and Jesus, to share our hope and encourage each other, to form a fellowship in which everyone is accepted just as God accepts us. That's what we already do and have. And at the same time, we are still on our way. It's very simple, and at the same time, not always easy. Some things changed in our congregation and in our churches in the world. Others have to be searched and found anew. We are on the road together and help each other, sharing our strength and our courage. And God is with us on the road too. Behold, I am with you to the end of the earth, he promises us. We know who is with us, we know where to go. And with courage and momentum and faith, I'm sure it will go. Amen.